Hi, this is Pastor Dan. Last Sunday I preached on forgiveness, and afterwards someone came up to me with a question. Does forgiveness mean forgetting? We've all heard the expression, well, I can forgive, but I'm not going to forget. Related to this, and this is the question that was really in this person's mind, can I forgive someone if I can't seem to forget what happened? What if I can't forget? Does that mean I haven't forgiven? Well, as the great theologians who wrote Stairway to Heaven remind us, sometimes words have two meanings, and forget is one of those words. Remember, in one sense, God forgets. He says in the book of Hebrews, I will remember their sins no more. Now, God knows all things, so it's not like he doesn't have the ability to recall those things in the mind. He doesn't forget like I forget what I ate for dinner last week, all right? But he means that he no longer treats us on the basis of those things. They are no longer part of the equation. Here's an analogy. What about forgetting our own sins, our own mistakes? Should we? Should we try? Paul in Philippians 3, he kind of gives us a good model of this. He lists the things that he had done wrong, the great sins, even persecuting the church. And then he writes, brothers, I'm changed by the gospel, and I'm trying to become like Christ. I'm not there yet, he says, but I'm doing one thing. Forgetting what's behind, I'm straining on towards what's ahead. Now, he's telling us he's just forgotten the things that he just told us about. So he obviously doesn't mean that his mind was just erased. Rather, he's telling us that he's not letting his past memories detract from his current actions. Now, let's put this together. Can we forgive if we aren't able to forget? Yes. You ever seen the movie Men in Black? You know, remember how after the bystanders see some encounter with an alien, one of the Men in Black pulls out a pin-shaped device called a Neuralizer, and he clicks a button and wipes the memory of the event clear out of the minds of the people who saw it. This is fiction. There are no neuralizers, even in the spiritual life, or even in the regard to forgiveness. Sometimes it would be nice if we had that, but no. I can still recall some hurtful things or things that were said to me by my siblings or classmates 40 years ago, sometimes 50 years ago. That's crazy. I can't remember why I went into the next room very often, but I can remember things people said to me 50 years ago. But that doesn't mean that I treat those people based upon that, right? I would be a pretty messed up puppy if I let the things that my brother said to me 40 or 50 years ago affect my relationship with him now. Like in all things of the Christian life, we are called to do what we can and not what we can't. Forgiveness does not have a neuralizer attached to it. You will likely not be able to forget some things that you have forgiven people for. But what you can do is choose not to have your relationships or your interactions based upon those things any longer. That's forgiveness. That's what God does when he says, I will forget their sins. And that's what we're called to do as well.